kind of start taking their seats, we're going to start here in just about 2 minutes, okay? Welcome, everyone. Friends and family, can we have everybody be seated, please? Welcome, everybody. Thank you. It's nice to see all your faces again. You haven't seen you in a long time.
We live with you.
That's right. Welcome. Welcome.
Really good. We're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to actually ask you to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. The flag is this way. Right. Okay, everybody ready? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll be seated. We'd like to take a moment to welcome the president of Crafton Hills College, Dr. Cheryl Marshall.
Good evening and welcome to Crafton Hills College. This is a wonderful time of year and we celebrate with you, and I congratulate you on your great achievement. I thank you for your hard work and dedication over the last 18 months. I know it's been grueling. I know your families will be happy to see you again. And I wish you all the best in seeking employment. I know you've been well trained because I know your faculty. And I know they've worked you hard, but it'll be worth it. And I know you'll be great professionals out in the field. Thank you to all your family and friends for being here tonight. Today is again a day of celebration. I hope that after you have time to break and rest a little bit, that you'll keep learning and keep growing. And remember that this is an important milepost. But please keep growing and keep learning and come back and stay connected to Crafton Hills College. So congratulations.
I would like to also take a moment to welcome Dr. Brian Reese, VP of Instruction.
Well, thank you for having me here this evening. One of the things we've tried to drill into your heads over the last few semesters while you've been here is in order to be a successful student, you need to engage, learn, and advance. Hopefully you recognize that by now. When you go out and get your job, which you guys are heading off to, I would like to encourage you to do those same three things. These are really keys to be successful in any endeavor. When you're in the new job, make sure you connect with everyone, all right? You're going to feel a little displaced whenever you move to a new area. You'll feel displaced. Just make friends quickly. Join the crowd as quickly as you can. Engage. Also, learn deeply in your field. You've learned how to learn here. This is a lifelong skill. I'd like to encourage you to do that. And then as soon as you get into your new career, start making plans on how you're going to advance because you're going to need to build a career. It's not just a job, it's a career that you're entering into. Congratulations.
I'd now like to welcome our Dean of Career Education and Human Development, Jun Yamamoto.
Hi, good evening. Gee, can you imagine 18 months ago how long that trip was going to take you to be here? So congratulations. It was a long road. You worked really, really, really hard. You have some wonderful professors that led the way. As I introduce them, for our audience members, you may not know who they are. Ray Bell. Amber Contreras. Brad Franklin. Michael Sheehan. And we also have with us, he has retired, but we got him back to do some teaching for us, is Ken Bryson. Also, we had some very dedicated part-time faculty that were doing some teaching for us and going out in the clinical area, make sure that you were doing your clinical skills appropriately. So they all added to your success. As Dr. Marshall said, think about continuing on. Maybe we'll see you as maybe some of our clinical instructors a few years down the road, so keep in contact with us. Hopefully, down the line, Dr. Marshall just submitted a request to do a bachelor's degree, which a few of the California community colleges might be able to do. Our application is in, and it also has to do with allied health. So it's an area maybe you can work a couple years, and then come back and then work on your bachelor's with us. So keep that in mind. Congratulations. Know that you're coming from one of the best in the areas. Our advisory committee, they tell us when it's time to hire, they look at Crafton Hills College students. So congratulations.
I'd now like to welcome our medical director, Dr. Roger Schwell.
You guys ready? So what can I offer you from the medical side of this? Every time I go to the hospital and I work, I'm always reminded how important you guys are. How am I reminded? Because I hear often over the address system the sign from the emergency room, respiratory therapy stat to the emergency room. Now think about that. This is a room that is designed to take care of emergencies. People have a problem, they come to the emergency room. But even after all of that, they still can't handle it. They need to actually use the public address system in the hospital to call you down to the emergency room. Why? Because somebody can't breathe. Right? And so that is how important your job is. Remember that if somebody can't breathe, nothing really else matters. Okay? Nothing else matters. And you have been trained, and I tell you, I am the medical director of the best respiratory therapy school in the country. I'll tell you that right. And I really can't take credit for it because I inherited the best respiratory therapy school in the country. I'm so glad. I'm so lucky to be your medical director. So, when you're down in the emergency room taking care of that patient, and everything goes great, because it will, and your day is done, just remember, you can go home, and you don't have to scratch 2 inches of ice off your windshield, like some states in this country, like Michigan.
I'd next like to welcome our faculty chair, Bradley Franklin.
Good evening. Okay. Okay. I'd like to make a quick shout out to Amber, who's coordinated this event with the data group. Amber, Mike, and Ray, and the students and the staff that helped put this all together. And it's a nice crowd tonight. At least it didn't rain. It's rained the last few years. But this is a wonderful event. And first I'd like to ask, are there any of our past graduates here? And if you could, would you stand for us, please? And thank you for your continued support of our program and encouraging people going through it. It's an honor to speak at this graduation. There's a lot to celebrate tonight. It's been a long road of hard work, and it's a threshold of a new profession for our graduates. As many of you know, our students attend class 40 hours a week and have studied 10 to 20 hours at least just to make it through. Ours is one of the most difficult programs in the country, and it's hard for the students to appreciate it when they go through it. Hopefully they will soon reap the rewards of their hard work, and they will make a difference in many people's lives. This is one of the closest classes that I've been able to teach, and they seem to work well together and they stayed on task. This will serve them well in future endeavors. I'm one of their primary CPR instructors, and when I give them their cards, usually I say, "Now go save lives." Sometimes they laugh, but mostly they just look at me weird. And I get that a lot. They are truly lifesavers, the lifeguards in the hospital. Chances are pretty good that they will work on some of us in this auditorium. It's been a tradition for the last few years that I share this reading with the graduating class. The words are attributed to Max Ehrmann and were written in the 1920s, and I think they're still very relevant. They give me inspiration every time I read them, and I hope they inspire you too. I have a few copies if you'd like one after I'm finished or after the ceremony. It's called the Desiderata. It means desired things. Go placidly amid the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain or bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements, however humble, is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery, but let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection, neither be cynical about love. For in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars, and you have a right to be here. And whether or not it's clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore be at peace with God, whatever you conceive them to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its shams, drudgery, and broken dreams, it's still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. Now, go save lives.
Each year at the beginning of the last semester, we have the students vote on who they would like to be their motivational speaker at graduation. And this year they selected an employee who has become an adjunct faculty within our program, who is also a clinical instructor for our program and is one of the head supervisors at Arrowhead Regional Medical Center. So I'd like to welcome Daniel Rojas.
Thank you. Well, you guys made it, right? 18 months of an accelerated program, and you get to enter the honorable field of respiratory care. You should all be proud of what you've been able to accomplish. I put some math together, hopefully this works out, and it's accurate. 985 hours of lecture and lab time is what you guys went through. 838 hours of clinical experience is what you guys went through. If you want to put some equivalents to that, this is my own math, hopefully this is accurate as well. About 1,200 ventilator checks. How about 800 instances of endotracheal suctioning, or suctioning of some type? More than 1,000 breathing treatments. Over 140 shifts with clean scrubs and a clean lab coat, I hope. And then with regards to the classroom, 490 episodes of walking up and down those stairs to get to the For Cherie, I think it's about 900. Together, this amounts to about 76 full 24-hour days of your guys' life. Almost 238-hour shifts for those of you that have a 9 to 5. And then I know family time is important to a lot of you. It was already mentioned earlier. Over 1,800 hours away from your family. Let's think about this for a minute. You guys are going to be RCPs, respiratory care practitioners. That means something. And I looked up the definition. So, a person actively engaged in an art, discipline, or profession, especially medicine. So there's a little bit of responsibility that comes with this. You represent all of us that are RCPs here. You represent everyone who you guys have spent time alongside practicing this art. Be proud of your title. Stay engaged. It's defined by who you are, a practitioner. Throughout all this experience, you guys have seen some good, you guys have seen some bad, and some great examples of how you want to carry yourselves in this profession. I want to ask you guys, which of these examples are you going to be? What type of impact are you going to leave on the students who get assigned to you guys? What type of impact are you guys going to have on your patients? Think back to, what we've told you throughout this whole program in putting yourselves in that position of being the patient, right? What would be the most important element to you if you were the patient or your family member was that one lying in the bed? So there's 3 things that I want you guys to think about every day you work as an RCP. Quality, compassion, and safety. They're things that should drive you in every single encounter that you guys have with patients. Quality, always strive to do your best. Stay abreast of the newest methods and technology. Go the extra mile to know and understand what it is you are providing to the patient. Compassion, empathy. This is the capacity to understand another person's experience from within that person's frame of relevance. That includes perceptions, by the way, and something that we need to think about as care providers. Sigmund Freud commented that empathy doesn't involve identifying with the other person per se, but with what that person is experiencing. In other words, it's about recognizing and validating what they're experiencing. That could be anxiety, could be pain, fear, worries. Our patients need to know that we are seeing, that we are listening, and that we're relating to them. It's a very important element. So show that you care. Don't be afraid to show emotion. Let the patient and the family know that you're there for them and that you have the time. Safety. Be prepared. Be alert. Try to think ahead. Always try to have forethought and planning. Don't guess. Resource. You guys are going to be working amongst some fine people. Find that senior therapist and ask them what you need to do or how to understand it better. Caution with jerry-rigging. That's something that RTs are familiar for. Be careful with that. Sometimes we have to. Always consider infection control. Don't be afraid to speak up if something's not right. Okay? You should feel empowered to do that as a patient care provider. You should consider all 3 of these elements with every single patient encounter that you guys have and apply them in guiding every interaction as well. Don't forget that the patient that you might be caring for just because they're sedate, just because they're minimally responsive, they still want to know who's taking care of them. They want to know, what are you going to do? Why does it need to be done? And do you know what you are doing? I know that's tough, coming from being brand new graduates, but you guys went through a lot of experience. I went through all those hours, and I've seen you guys. I know you guys are capable of providing excellent, safe care. So lead and set the example for other people to follow. Don't stop learning or applying yourself. Remember, you're entering a profession. Remain professional by growing yourself. You owe it to your patients and to yourself to be the very best. Maintain participation with professional organizations and be proud of who you are and what you represent. Lastly, I just want to once again congratulate all of you guys, let you guys know how proud I am that you'll be entering the profession that I'm a part of, and that I was able to play some role in getting you guys to that point. This is the first class at my own alma mater that I've been able to spend this much time with. And for that, I'll never forget this graduating class. A lot of you have asked me, are you going to forget about us? I don't think I am. I wish you all the best and know that you are all capable of becoming excellent practitioners. So please stand up and give yourselves a hand for what you've achieved.
We also have the students vote in the fall semester on who they would like to represent their class as the class speaker at graduation. And this year, the class speaker is Kimberly Jordan.
Wow. So, hi, everybody. Hi. Welcome, and thank you for coming. Wow, it's a wonderful gift to have all of you here, helping us celebrate our triumphant graduation. You may not understand the importance of your being here for all of us, but just know that we would not be here today if it wasn't for you. If it wasn't for you backing us, loving us, and believing in us. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for your encouragement, love, and support. I want to also thank all of our educators, Amber and Ken and Mike and Ray and Danny and Brad, and all the clinical instructors. Thank you for being strong, passionate people that give us exactly what we need, exactly when we needed it. So we are able to stand here today as strong, confident graduates of the Respiratory Therapist program of Crafton Hills College. Woo! The Respiratory Therapy program was a very demanding and stressful program. 1.5 years of crazy. But now that it's over and we can look back on it, well, it wasn't so bad. Right? But it's weird how perception changes things. How when we are struggling to get through something, it is almost unbearable and feels impossible that we will get through it. But then we do. We do get through it. That is what makes us extraordinary. When an undertaking is so hard and challenging, it is all that much more precious and treasured when we do get through it. So I'm so very proud of all of you, all of my classmates. You are all amazing and wonderful people, and I am truly grateful to have been a part of your life. Okay, cry this time. Woo! We came together as individuals, and we're ending up as a family. We have all been there for each other and helped each other through this program. We could not have done it without each other, and I'm so very grateful that for each and every one of you. I love you all. Love you too. So you guys go out there knowing and have the knowledge that you are truly loved. You are. So now we leave here today to go and overcome your next big undertaking. I want you to know that somebody needs no, I'm sorry. Somebody needs you. They need to be trained, so. I want you to know that somebody out there needs what you have to give them. It may not be your money, because God knows we don't have any. Starving students here. It may be your time that they need, or your listening ear. It may be your arms to encourage. It may be your smile to uplift them. Who knows? Maybe we'll just be putting your arm around somebody and letting them know that you care. Just go out there with determination and purpose to inspire and motivate. Be honest and hardworking, and you will continue to be champions. The final thing for me to do is to remind you all to keep Kayla in your prayers. Kayla is one of our own, and she couldn't be here today to receive her diploma because she's recovering from a surgery that she had yesterday. Kayla, we love you. Love you. And we want to make Kayla laugh, so Kenny made a whole bunch of paper airplanes. And we were going to throw our airplanes in honor of Kayla. So, at Mike? All right, let's do this. Thank you very much.
We now have a few special awards that we're going to present to the students, and to do that I'd like to welcome Michael Sheehan.
It's my pleasure to have this opportunity to present these awards to you guys. I get to present 3 different awards. The first award that I'm going to present is really not an award. It's a nomination for membership to what's called the Lambda Beta Society. The Lambda Beta Society is a national honor society that recognizes only respiratory therapy students for a number of different achievements. And so, as a group of instructors, we get the honor of choosing those students who have performed, we feel, outstandingly. Now, while you have all performed outstandingly, we can only choose 4. So, what we'd like to do is I'd like to call out the 4 names. Have the 4 of you come up here. We have some cords that we're going to present you with and certificates we're going to present you with. Hopefully I don't screw anybody's name up. I've been practicing. And I keep asking Amber if I got it right. She keeps telling me I do, but I don't know. So I'm going to start with the easy one. I'm going to screw that one up, so I'm going to put that one last. I'm going to start with the one I've been practicing. Petra Kessoff. Next, I'd like to call up Ashley Lynn Murray. This is my son. And number 3, I'd like to call up Fong Dam. And last, I'd like to call up Amanda Loreski. Don't fall in. No falling twice. The next award I'd like to give out is the Academic Award. Every year we recognize a single student for their academic achievements in our program and our program alone. So what we do is, as instructors in the lecture classes, we vote on which student should receive or has performed outstandingly. Again, it's not necessarily just GPA. It's participation. It's how they present themselves in class. It's a number of different accolades that go towards this student. I almost said patient. I always say patient. Yeah, sorry. You are. And so this year we'd like to recognize Amanda Loreski for that. And lastly, our clinical award. We ask the clinical instructors to let us know how they feel that the students are performing clinically, and we have them vote on which student they feel has performed most outstanding. And so it's actually a lot of different people. It's not just the people that you see on stage here. There's a lot of clinical instructors that are involved in this award. And this year, they and us have decided that this goes to Jody Smith.
Now's the moment you've all been waiting for. So we're going to announce the certificates for graduation for our students, and to do that, I'd like to welcome Reynaldo Bell.
Hey, hello everyone. I hope everybody's enjoying this celebration. Before I announce all the graduate, I'd like to say just a little bit about the graduates that we have here. They've been here for, as you know, 1.5 years, and as you heard, they've worked very hard. They've endured tremendously many hours of training and challenges to complete this program. And finally, they're here. They're finally here. And now we can celebrate with them. Now we can, again, recognize, let's all together recognize and praise them for their much-earned accomplishment. So, without further ado, it's my honor to introduce this year's graduating class. Now, I'm not going to go in order with what you have in your schedule, and I try to remember every name that we have, and hopefully I don't make a mistake in their first name and last name, okay? Here we go. We have Maureen Doherty. Kimberly Jordan. We have Kenny Heisman. We have Petra Kasov. We have Jody Smith. Now we have Nicole Obenchink. Mario Rodriguez. Amanda Loreski. Now we have Courtney Powell. Kaylin Bailey. Michael Williams. Now we have Oscar Cantor. Christine Harrison. Fong Dan. Cherie Hansen. Andrew Guillen. Now we have Ashley Lynn Murray. Molly Waltz. Jay Garino. We have Victor Valencia. Dana Berry. Jessica Cervantes. And we have Jeffrey Liu. Okay, please all graduates stand and face the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you our Pleasant Hills College 2014 Respiratory graduates. Congratulations.
Thank you so much to all of you for coming. Just a few announcements. Graduates, if you could stay here so we could get a group picture, and also the award winners as well. So family, if you will allow that time for that to happen, and then you can take pictures with them, with friends and teachers and things like that. There's also going to be some cake and refreshments up in the breezeway, so as you make your way out, if you'd like to get some of that as well. And we greatly appreciate you coming and showing your support for your students who have been like our children the last 18 months. Thank you.